Hi, everybody, and happy Self Care Sunday. I hope you're doing something to take care of yourself today. For my Self Care Sunday, I'm going back to high school, sort of. You see, when I was in high school, there's two things you need to know to understand why I'm doing this. The first is that I did theater, so I wore black all the time because I did tech theater, and I never knew when I was going to get called in to work in assembly or what have you. The other thing is a lot of the people I hung out with, thanks to theater, were, shall we say, slightly more alternative. They were Gothic, they were whatever. And I came from a very conservative family, so I wasn't allowed to have crazy hair color back then, and I wasn't allowed to do more of the extreme Gothic makeup type stuff, which, not that I was that into makeup in high school, anyways. But I never got to, dress the way that they did. And I really always kind of wanted to. So today I'm going to do it. I am going to actually see what would I have looked like had I done the whole goth makeup in high school. Well, okay, it won't look exactly like it would have in high school because I'm 42 and I graduated 22 years ago, but we'll see what it looks like today. Now, the goth makeup of the 90s is not the goth or punk or emo makeup that you think of the 2000s and today. It was all about make your eyes as black as possible, use that really heavy eyeliner, a really dark color, and then make your skin as pale as possible. And I'll be honest, I don't know if a lot of my friends or the gothic people I hang out with actually did anything to purposely lighten their skin other than stay inside and avoid the sun. But I did because even as pale as I am, I'm not quite pale enough. Now, I did use a little bit of grays so that it wasn't quite so harsh on the eyes just because I don't have enough of a practiced hand to blend out the black to make it look good. What I'm doing here is mixing a little bit of the Glamlight Kiss Collab white base, that's an eyeliner base, with my Patrick Ta foundation. Now, my Patrick Ta foundation is just a shade lighter than my skin, where my other foundations are usually a shade darker. So combining those two really let me get a very, very pale look. And it looks a little bit like my makeup or ghost makeup here, but that's because I have two really bright lights shining on me. When I go down to natural light, it doesn't look nearly as mime-like. But I do that so that I can see what the camera's going to see in regular light because the camera picks up different colors than your naked eye. I did do some under eye because I have those black bags. So I just did a little bit of concealer there to cover up some of that. And a little bit of highlighter because highlighter always just adds a little shine and it doesn't darken your face at all. I mainly was just trying to avoid anything that would bring lifelike color to my face. However, I did do just a little bit of rouge because even in the 90s, they were doing just a slightest hint because otherwise I don't know, like your eye wants to see a normal face and it wants to see some blush and some sign of life. And the goal wasn't to look dead necessarily, just to look incredibly pale. So remember, I'm blush blind, so I probably went a little too heavy with the blush, but it gets better once I put the setting powder on it. So the next thing I did is prep my lips, and I absolutely love this plum lip balm that I got from Glow Recipe in my Allure box. And the look that I chose for the lips was an ombre, but I'll get there in a second. I have to do the brow gel because brows were still a big thing in the 90s. Now, in the 90s, they would have plucked the brows incredibly thin, and they might even have plucked them all and just taken a very thin pencil and drawn a line to be where your brows are. I wasn't quite willing to destroy my eyebrows for that. So the lips, like I said, I did an ombre. I used my black eyeliner as a lip liner, and then I used a really deep berry red. So this is the first time I did the look, and this was before I dyed my hair, and it looked pretty cool, and I really liked it. But I think the new hair really sells it, and I love how this turned out. It's kind of cool, a little scary, but yeah, I was trying to make the evil face, and I couldn't do it. But I really liked how this looked, and it really makes me wish I had been a little more assertive and done this in high school. But there you go. What do you think? Did I capture the 90s? Thanks, y'all. Have a great day. Bye.